Hi, Front Row Promotions coming at you live. Lisa and Kandi here in Front Row Promotions land. And we are coming to you live. We have our guest, Frederick, and he's with the band Rifforia. So, hi, Frederick. Welcome to the show.
Hello, thank you. It's great to be here. Feels awesome.
So, tell us about you. Where are you from?
Yeah, we're from Sweden, Rifforia. So it's cold here as hell and a lot of snow. But yeah, it's good weather for creating metal and playing metal as such. So um, yeah, Swedes, all of us in the band.
Oh, that's so cool. So cool. Now, how many members you have? Four?
Yeah, we are four. Actually, we have it's me on drums, Patrick on vocals, and we have Marcus that was with me in Tuck from Hell on the guitars, and also a guy called Magnus on rhythm guitars. Polo did the bass on the album Exorcism, and we have a live bass player for shows coming up. So we'll see if we add a permanent bassist along, but
Awesome.
we're good as a foursome right now.
Oh, okay. So it's in a work in progress with that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Awesome. Awesome. So tell us about the name Rifforia. What is that about? How did that come about?
yeah. It's I think it was Patrick that came up with it. We felt it kind of represented the music in a good way. Riff guitar driven music, like I guess we play some kind of thrash metal, but with both heavy metal and other influences. So we mostly let the guitar do the talking, So,
That's cool. Yeah.
then it was just a play with words.
Yes.
So we're pretty good with the name so far.
I like it. It has a good like riffs, like the riffs that
Yeah,
you do with the guitar. Yeah, I can hear that, see that.
yeah. It's we think it's cool.
I like it too. Um,
Thanks.
you're welcome. So how long have you guys been together as Rifforia?
As Rifforia for like a year, and it's actually a kind of long and complicated story behind it. Like I said, me and Marcus were in a band called Tuck from Hell. We released an album in 2010 and things looked pretty good for us. We played Bay Area thrash metal style, and we played a lot of shows, mostly locally here. But when it was time to write the follow up for the album, a lot of things happened in our lives. So it kind of got iced. But me and Marcus, the guitar player, we continued rehearsing, jamming, writing songs, and in like two last year, I think we said, now we better do something about this. We thought that we had a couple of kick-ass songs, so we need to get this recorded and get out playing again. So then we started to record the album, Exorcism now. So our
That's
debut.
awesome. And that album's coming out soon. When is the due date?
Yeah, it's February 23rd. So it's
Awesome.
like in 3 weeks. So we have
Awesome.
released two songs from the album, and yeah, I think we have a lot of uh, cool songs in, and no, it's a good variation on the album, if I may say so myself. So it was hard picking songs that kind of should represent the album.
Right.
So people better listen to the whole album if they
That's
want the.
right. Listen to each one and then figure out which one you like the best and play that one over and over again.
Yeah.
There you
Yeah,
go.
we hope so.
That's true. That's true. I was checking out the one song, and you have a couple of videos out with it, and it's really cool. Was it called the Devil's? sperm. Can you tell us about it?
Yeah, it's the devil's sperm. It's actually a line from the song Burn with the purple. They sing that line in the first verse, I think.
Oh, okay.
And we had a Swedish name for the song in the beginning. It was, we call it Hin Håle, which means like the devil.
Oh,
so
okay.
so and then we just remember that line, I think. So it was from that song we got it. So yeah, and we got a lyric video out. The song is actually about a guy having kind of morbid nightmares.
Oh,
So
okay. Uh-huh.
the skulls and blood is yeah, it's supposed to represent that, but we're pretty satisfied with the lyric video, both for this one and for the CC Cowboys one. I think when you're not a band that has tons of money, lyric videos is a pretty good
Yeah.
alternative to if you should say real videos, uh,
Yes.
because you need a lot of money to do good videos, or else it's hard to do the songs any favor with a really shitty video, so
Okay. Okay.
in my opinion.
Yeah. I like the graphics in those videos that you have there.
Yeah,
Especially the
thanks.
devil sperm. That's very graphic. I like that.
Yeah, that's cool. I don't actually even know who did it. We got it from the label Metalville. The first one I know it was a guy called at least Randall Hammer videos or something. I know he has done some videos for Corpse Grinder and some other death metal stuff.
Oh,
But
okay.
I'm not actually sure who who's responsible for the Devil's Sperm one.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Candy, have any questions you want to add in?
Sure. I wanted to sort of get your background on sort of your musical background. Um, who or what inspired you to become a musician?
Yeah, it was actually I think I started playing music when I was 13 or something, but I got spoon fed with my dad's old heavy metal records and rock records. I think when I was 5 years old, my favorite bands were Yngwie Malmsteen's band Rising Force and Electric Boys. so
Yes.
I grew up listening to a lot of old school rock and metal. And then when I was like 13, I started to play the drums. It was both my dad, who was a drummer in the beginning, that inspired me to do it, and also like the same as for a lot of drummers. When I listened to Master of Puppets with Metallica, Lars Ulrich, he got a lot of mean comments these days, but you can't argue with how many drummers he has inspired during the years. So I think he's great, and was also a really creative and unique drummer back in the days. So that was probably it. And me and Marcus, we started a band when we were like 15 and learned how to play together, playing like old Breaking the Law and Paranoid and songs that you a lot of, obviously it sounded like shit, but we had fun, and in time I were inspired by when I started listening to Slayer with Dave Lombardo on the drums, and he's a beast, and he was a beast, and he still is. Um, he's probably my favorite. So then I realized that it was possible to play a lot faster than I did then. So it kind of inspired me to, practice more as a musician, and I guess that's kind of the background. And me and Marcus started Tuck from Hell when we were, I don't know, 16 maybe, and
Hmm.
then after Tuck from Hell, I have participated in a couple of albums with Niels Patrick and Lion Share, but it's kind of Tuck from Hell, and now Rifforia is like my baby, you can say.
Yes.
Yeah. And now that you've become more of a like a seasoned drummer, what is your preferred brand of drums to use?
Yeah, I've I had like the same drum kit for 15 years. I think it was a Mapex, but I have recently turned to Tama. Um but it was not for any specific reason. Still looking to get some. Maybe if we become more famous, I can get some free stuff. But I think Tama is really good, and I use Sabian cymbals for the most. So and yeah, I think there's just a lot of good brands and gear out there. It's just it's just a matter of preference,
Right.
and how it looks. You obviously need a black drum kit if you're a metal drummer, and
Yes. Do you have any sparkle in it? Like some
yeah, a
do.
little sparkle and a lot of cymbals and a lot of
Yeah,
toms and
we like pizzazz on this show, so
yeah,
Yeah.
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 Yeah, me
Or
too.
it could be leopard print, that never goes out of style. It's always been an
leopard
80s.
print drums does not go with metal, Lisa.
It goes
No,
with
but
some things. You can do the trim or something. Trim with sparkle. I don't know. Add a touch of pink in there. Now we're talking.
oh, maybe I can
Pink.
add some leopard, but pink, probably not.
Right. Yes.
Yeah, pink. Hey, that's even worse than leopard print. Pink is definitely not black metal.
No.
No, it's most certainly isn't, but it could be pretty cool to go your own way, but
Yes. Or
black always works.
yes. Or put some zebra in there. Zebra and leopard. That's always, you know.
Yeah, now we're starting to I don't know. Maybe we'll have a concept for good looking instruments.
There you go. Oh. um. You
Yeah,
so yeah. So you said you grew up with it, with the music and the influence and everything like that. So it's pretty good.
And
Um.
yeah,
I want to know about this new album you said is coming out in about 3 weeks.
yeah.
What was the writing process like? What did you guys have to go through, and how did you go about producing the album the way it is?
Yeah, we went through hell. I was close to saying no. Actually, like me and Marcus, the guitar player, we write the music. Usually, I come up with some ideas, and I can barely play the guitar, so I just come up with ideas, and then Marcus makes it 10 times cooler, and he obviously comes up with riffs and stuff as well. And then we arrange it together. A couple of songs we wrote the lyrics to and the vocal lines, but when we are, satisfied with the instrumentals of the song, we send it to Niels Patrick, and then he comes up with the vocals and the melodies. And we are still much inspired by the old, thrash and heavy metal gods. from thrash metal, it's probably early Metallica, Testament, Exodus, some Slayer here and there, uh, and I guess we're leaning towards some heavy metal as well. Maybe heavier Judas Priest and Accept. That's our
Amen.
influences. But
Shout out to our boys from Accept. We know those boys. They've become very good friends of ours over the years.
yeah,
Yes.
that's great. Accept is probably one of my favorite bands of all time. They got the whole package, I think. Heavy riffs and good
Yeah.
drumming.
And
And
Lisa and I joke about this because it's very difficult for us to get starstruck doing what we do.
yeah,
But a couple years back, I went to see Accept in Toronto, and we ended up being at the same hotel that they were staying at. So I was talking to my boy Martin for a bit,
yeah.
just shooting the shit about lots of different things. And then Wolf Hoffman walks up, and it took me a second to come back down to earth because I idolize that guy.
Yeah, he's obviously a real legend, and I also listen to my dad old records. I think was it he got a lot of Accept records, and I have listened to Accept since I was a kid. I have
Right.
I have I have not seen them live though, so I'm pretty jealous
Oh,
about that.
you're in for a treat. If I guess I know they're doing a European tour very soon, so if they make
Yeah.
it up your way, you got to go and see them. I promise you, it won't disappoint.
Oh, I will always surely for sure do that. So that's they are gods, and we also have take some inspiration from actually melodic black metal bands like Dissection and and that kind of bands. You can hear it on some parts of the record. It's not a major part of our sound, but we like to add a little bit of what we like to the songs, and then it sounds like it sounds, and we're pretty happy with the results. Oh, very happy with the results, and um, yeah, so some of the songs we wrote, the main part of the songs a lot of years ago, but most of them came together like last year in 2023, and we also recorded it during 2023, obviously. So 2024 has just started. After the pandemic, I don't even sometimes know what year it is. I have
Oh
become.
yeah, tell me about it.
Yeah.
It seems like the start of the pandemic was so long ago, eh?
Yeah, I can't even remember. It feels just strange, and over here it has become like a lot of good places where you could go and catch a metal show. They have closed down, so now when we're starting up again and want to hit the roads, there are a lot of places that you were used to be able to play that isn't around anymore. So, and
Yeah,
a lot of bands after the pandemic, they want to come out and play, so it's pretty hard competition out there.
Yeah.
yeah.
And the prices for the tickets are high as well. I don't know over there with you, but it's the
Like
prices have gone up.
the going rate, depending on like who's headlining.
Yeah.
Usually, it's like a $20 or $30 cover charge. It's really not that bad.
Okay. Okay.
And depends on
Yeah.
the venue as well.
And
Yeah.
at the same time, you could go and watch Kiss on stage for $100 a pop, or
Yeah.
you can go and support raw talent in right in your backyard. Basically, $30 is really a steal. You never know who you're gonna see, and you never know where they'll end up eventually, because some
No,
bands
and
make
a lot
it.
of great bands doesn't play stadiums. So
That's just it.
I
Yeah,
agree with you on that one.
Yeah.
Totally.
yeah. Lisa?
So if you had like what would be the place that you guys would want to play? I'm sorry, I'm struggling with this cold. Um
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, we are looking to get a spot on a decent European tour for the what's it called, autumn now later this year. We have no the fest we are releasing the album now, so we're pretty late on for the festival season to get booked. We got a pretty big festival here in Sweden booked for the summer, but obviously we're looking for more and
Is that Sweden Rock? Is that what you're referring to?
no, it's actually a festival that's not only for metal. It's called a live festival, and it's got a
Oh,
lot of Sweden's biggest artists in like different genres. So it's not a lot of metal, but maybe we can convert a bunch of people.
there you
So
go. Yes.
right.
yeah, but yeah, Sweden Rock would always be a dream. Nils Patrick has played there, I think, like 5 times with other bands, Astral Doors and Civil War and Lion Share, I think. But for me and Marcus, it would be obviously a dream come true. I have been there as a visitor a couple of times, and it's a great festival. So
That's
I've
just
heard.
amazing.
I've heard
go-
it's a staple in Sweden every year when it comes around.
yeah, it's like awesome bands and only good people, and yeah, everyone is there to just have fun and enjoy the music.
Exactly.
So yeah, so they have fantastic bands every year, booked, and a lot of. I think the only one of the giants they haven't booked yet is Metallica, but
Oh my
Oh,
god.
Iron
okay.
Maiden, Kiss, Guns N' Roses, and maybe sometime Rifforia. We will see.
That's
Yeah.
right. There you go.
Yeah.
Has Ghost ever been on that bill? Do you know?
I don't know actually, but probably I think since they are also a Swedish band, so
Yep.
I would be surprised if they have not been there. I haven't been there since 2012, I think, but uh, have I know about the giant. Maybe Ghost is a giant band nowadays as well, but I don't know all bands they book, but I think they have been there actually.
And I asked because Ghost is actually one of my favorite bands, so I was just curious.
Yeah, yeah, Ghost is they are great, and I think they could easily drop the. Um, I'm searching for the words, but they don't need to dress up because they have really good songs. But obviously, it's a part of the whole experience,
Yeah,
with the
it's a
Papa
theatrical. Yeah,
Emeritus.
Like what they
it's a
do. Yeah.
theatrical band.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah, I think they're really cool.
yeah.
So who would you want to collaborate with that you haven't, and whoever you have, can you explain or talk about that?
Yeah, I don't really know actually. I'm pretty much of a um, you know band guy. That's a band is a band, and you could take in some guys and someone could play a solo on one of your songs or something. But uh, I don't really feel the urge to do that. But if I could choose one, maybe if like Eric Peterson from Testament could do a solo on one of our songs. Maybe if we pay him enough he will do it. So
There you go. Yes.
so I guess money talks for everyone, but I don't know actually. I don't know. I collaborated with Nils Patrick on one of his solo records with a Swedish singer called Håkan Emlin. I know that you have no chance of knowing who that is, but he's one of Sweden's. They had a band called Nordman, and they have sold. I think one of their records has sold third most of all Swedish records of all times, or something. It's like they sold an insane amount of records in the 90s, and he collaborated with Nils Patrick on his solo album, and I played the drums. So that was pretty cool for me, and a lot of most Swedes know who he is, but probably no one outside of Sweden.
Gotcha.
But maybe you can look it up. Nordman, Vandraren.
Okay. Sounds good.
It's not metal though, but he has a cool metal kind of voice.
Yeah.
His brother actually sings in a metal band. So yeah.
Awesome. So if someone was to come to you and say that they wanted to was just starting out in this music field and they wanted to get advice from you, what would you tell them?
It's just be prepared to, put in the work, and also I have learned a lot from being out with Patrick on the roads and on the festivals, and even if even if you meet up with bands on festivals that you think are rock stars, and they carry their own gear, they do their own sound checks. Like I don't think that things are like it used to be in like maybe the 80s or something. So you have to put in the work, and you will probably get nothing for free. So I don't know, do it because you love it. And
Absolutely.
so that's, in Rifforia, and me and Marcus, we are fans of music, and we happen to like to play and create music as well. So it's just fun, and if people like what we do, we are obviously happy with that. I should lie if I said that I didn't care what people think.
Right. Certain part you do care, but you just like you don't worry about it, but you do care. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, you create it for yourself, and I know some people say that as long as you're happy with it yourself, yeah, that's obviously maybe the most important. But you don't put it up on YouTube or Spotify for like 200 people to say it sucks. So you want to create something that,
Something's good. Yeah.
yeah. So
Awesome. Well, we are running on that last moment of.
yeah.
Is there anything you would like to say before we go? To tell your
Yeah,
fans.
if we would be able to come across the sea to play anytime, it would be, awesome if people came and checked us out, and had a beer with us, and also on social media. If it's obviously really important nowadays, and we are very happy when someone reaches out to us, or just make a comment, like, or tell us what they think. So we will interact, because without people listening to your music, you're like nothing. So we
Yes,
we want to we really want to interact with everyone who wants to interact with us, because it's like
absolutely.
it's a community, and we are just we are fans who happens to create music as well, so
Absolutely.
yeah.
Absolutely. Candy, you have anything left to say for the closing?
Yeah, and also very important to us that, you know, you mentioned social media. Can you plug all of that? Where can everybody find more about Rifforia? And also, if you've got a website, plug that too.
Yes.
Yeah, it's we are on Facebook, Facebook/Rifforia, and the Instagram as well. Trying to get, and we're also called Rifforia there. So we are trying to get some more action on the Instagram page. We have started a TikTok. When I heard now that someone told me you need to start a TikTok, I thought, are bands on TikTok nowadays? I thought that was a kids thing. But
Right.
obviously, you're supposed to be on TikTok as well. Uh, Website, we haven't even created one yet. I thought that it wasn't maybe that important, but I have realized that we need somewhere to sell merch and stuff. So, but
That's
if
what I wanted to know
if
too, is about the merch. Yeah.
yeah, so it's really important. So we have some shirts and other things, cool things coming up. So if people want to follow us on Facebook and Instagram, that's where you find us now, and we are super happy if anyone wants to do it. So yeah.
Absolutely. Sounds great. And we'll definitely have you back on Front Row Promotions again. And thank you so much for coming and sharing your evening with us as it is our afternoon. So thank you again so much.
Yeah, great. Thank you a lot. It was great to chat with you. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you all for coming to view our interview with Frederick from Rifforia. And thank you for watching Front Row Promotions. As always, we like to say support that live music, music in the making, and music everywhere. You have been watching Front Row Promotions with Lisa and Kandi and our guest, Rifforia Frederick. Bye now.